Good afternoon, I hope everyone's well today. I'm having a bit of a crazy day. We're a bit crazy in the north, and I've heard a rumour that Keir Starmer and his government's looking to potentially cancel the local elections next year. Basically, let's end democracy because the polls aren't going the way that we want. Harriet Harman, the establishment shill and daughter of a Harley Street physician, she thinks that Labour are in denial about the rise of reform and the threat to, as she says, their democracy, i.e. the way they do things. So they may cancel the local elections next year entirely because it's not going to go the way that they want. Sounds a bit like Brexit, doesn't it? They wanted to rerun it when they didn't get the answer that they wanted. It got me thinking, what if democracy was cancelled? What if their democracy was cancelled completely? I want to unpack what I mean with this now. Now bear with me, this is a bit out there, and this is a bit of it's amusing. This is a amusing channel after all. This is what I do. I spitball ideas, I give opinions. I don't expect you to agree with me. Have a debate, have a conversation. That's what this video is for, to encourage that type of engagement. What if the monarch ruled directly as opposed to through an elected parliament? What would this look like? What would it mean to me and you? Well, it might mean we actually get what we want when we vote. Well, how can we vote if we're not voting for a politician? Because what we have currently is what's known as a representative democracy, where your elected representatives are meant to make presence in Parliament your views and opinions, regardless of whether they agree with them or not. And they don't always do this. In fact, they usually don't, which is why we can vote to close our borders, we can vote for low migration or negative migration, and it never happens. What if the monarch ruled directly, but he ruled through us by popular vote, via televoting, telephone voting, through regular audiences with his subjects, shall we say? Think about it like this. The Prime Minister has an audience each week with the King. What if the King had a virtual audience with the entire kingdom on a weekly or fortnightly basis, and big questions of government are actually put through to a direct vote through the people attending these virtual cabinets with the entire country, and they can be done through the PC. Anyone can attend the Zoom call, and people who don't have a PC can watch on the TV and vote through the tele remote or through mobile phone. And basically the monarch or the government, because it'll be the civil service, as we've said before, the civil service runs the country, so it'll be the monarch and his civil service actually implement the policy decisions that the public decide on. I mean, what's the actual point of Parliament if it's not implementing the decisions that the people want? What is the actual point? My arguments in this video, or my points in this video, is if Parliament is just a glorified talking shop and no real decisions are made there, well, what's the actual point of it? It's to give the illusion that we're represented. But it's clear that we're not really represented in Parliament, because there's three interests that a politician has. They have an interest to the constituents, i.e. the electorate that voted them. They've got party interest to their political party, and they're what's known as the national interest. Now, there's two views on what the national interest is. My view in the national interest is actually doing what's right for the country. For example, mass migration. The national interest of the country is that it's a negative migration at this point. That's my opinion on the matter. The politician will view the national interest as keeping things the way that they are, which is open borders. So there's different views on what national interest should actually mean. My understanding of the way that an elected politician views these priorities is party first, maintaining the status quo, their version of what national interest is, and the electorate comes last. In fact, they only bother with the electorate when the election is on. So when Keir Starmer says, well, we don't really care what people think, and we're going to prove we don't care what people think by cancelling elections, well, that just proves the point. The politicians are the problem, not the actual system of government. It's been corrupted in my view. As I say, these are just my thoughts and opinions. Think about it, a direct Zoom call, a virtual cabinet with the entire country on a fortnightly basis, and you vote by the touch of a button, either on the TV, on the telephone, or, I don't know, whatever means necessary. And it's on every channel, so there can't be a argument that you can't actually view or vote on it, because everyone can. Who's not voted on a text app votes, or X Factor, or polled online, or anything, so it could be accessible to anybody. Anyway, we are crazy in the north, we are very, very crazy, we are very, very out there. This is just an opinion. As always, your mileage may vary, but disagree, comment below. Have a good day. Thank you for your time. All the best.